Hey, what's up, fam? It's going to be a double chapter review for Black Clover. We're going to get through both chapters really quick, and then discuss actually what happened. But we get back. Everything now is taking place while the whole crew is in the glamour world. This time it's now with Asta's group. Man, I'm wondering where Yuno is. But anyway, see more of the palace, the big portal connecting their world to the netherworld to pretty much hell, which I can't remember the name of it, but I'll get reminded of it soon. Somebody will probably drop in the comments and correct my ass on it. But things are getting a little bit rough. Charmy's not gonna replenish like Henry's magic. Obviously, Asta can't give him any recharge. Meanwhile, Noelle runs out of her Valkyrie dress. Zora's low on the magic, but Yami's like yelling at them to surpass their limits. They're still pushing ahead. It's just we're getting into some rougher areas for them. Uh, it's it's been a bit of a battle with them, but geez, they're definitely getting into some more torn down areas. We see the elf that possessed Gash's body, Doriot, Doroit. I don't remember how it's hard to pronounce. Droit, I think it might be, and then combined with Ekra's magic, that being the elf that possessed his sister, her using her eye magic combined with his mirror magic, and being able to like pretty much body lock and magic people who poke upon her eyes, where they would be normally completely done, but Asta having his new sword, and this is where I think its real talent lies. It's just this AOE anti-magic, pretty much like aura that it gives off like this to help in situations like these, which is pretty cool. To give it its own kind of difference than just being a better dispel sword. Like, okay, this one has a charged up AOE like little burst. That's pretty cool. I like that. The Demon Ruin Sword. Actually, I need to check the official translations to see what those labels as middle of this one that I'm looking at. I'm pulling over to the Shonen Jump app to just on a side note to see what exactly it is. I'll get to that. We'll talk about the chapter. But S is getting ready. They are able to. They're really smart about it. That's what I like about these fights is that they're definitely outmatched heavily by the elves, but they're able to do stuff purely based off strategy and just like power combination, which is really cool. Like you see all these energy attacks, the pretty much reflect refrain from Gash's magic just on a higher scale. Ass is able to deflect and dispel some. You see him kind of being like real smart. He's like Gordon using poison to so when the beams pass him, they're kind of like weakened and slightly distorted. You got Gray, almost said Charmy, who can use like her transformation magic to make mirror magic by turning other stuff into it, which is pretty cool. But now they're pretty much getting more serious, and Droid is just like, all right, I'm getting pissed off with you guys. You guys are starting to bug me. Gets a little more serious. Gets ready to, bring in some heavier attacks in the middle of it. So I'm trying to find that sword. I think the Demon Destroyer sword is the canon name. I like Ruin sword, dang it. But I gotta speed this up. As to being able to close his eyes and detect the attacks coming with him without getting caught in the iris magic and the eye magic from Ekra, because it's key sensing, which is pretty cool. Meanwhile, once he thinks he's done, you see that all sides energy beam like set coming at him. He drops in, and here comes up another again a nice combination attack with Henry. Uh, Not I almost said Charmy. I keep almost saying Charmy. Gray and Gordon. Gordon raising up a like cotton cloud. That's probably why I thought of it. Probably cotton. She probably changed part of it to be cotton with their transformation magic. She did that earlier when they fell. Gordon made like a giant cloud of poison, but luckily they had Gray to turn it into cotton so she could fall on it and not just not be poisoned to death, as well as Henry's house manipulation magic. He's pretty much just got one cube of house left. He's pretty much got spare parts of it. So when Asta was able to pretty much fall on it, use that as a shield, and then within the time it took for those beams to penetrate it, charges up, gets his anti-magic form. I need to go back and check. Actually, I don't think I need to. I was gonna say go back and check to see how many times he's turned in his anti-magic form since he kind of got healed up by that the artifact, the magic tool that Nozzle had. But I think with Charmy's support magic, her like stamina energy refueling food, that it probably reset. So this is probably time one. So Asta should have at least one more, max two, if that like third one that he got against Licht will kind of hold, and he'll be able to do it 3 times a day instead of two, which I think will be the case. So we'll just count this as one for right now, unless I have to. Otherwise, I'll go back and check later, and then in the next video I'll correct myself if this is actually the second time. But bust that out. I actually really like that panel. That's why I'm using this one. I really like the way the wing looks, and obviously it was the last episode. Like no, now it's 64, 63 episode for Black Clover was a very monumental one with a very experimental style of animation, but I really liked the fight scene. I thought it was really cool and interesting, and it kept me excited the whole time. As well as just that black meteorite scene with Asta just like charging up on Ladros's magic like beam stream, and just the way that like the anti magic was consuming it. I thought that was really awesome. I have a review on that if you haven't watched it yet. I thought that episode was really cool. But anyway, him coming in, pursuing in on magic like he does with that form, and once it kind of you think that he's might be screwed again, and Droid uses his magic eye, reflects off his sister's eye magic within his little mirror eye. But in that moment, actually, that he's like pretty much stunned, he makes a giant with his super full size mirror, gets ready to drop a big beam on Asta. But using like what he can left, Henry takes like what looks like it looks like the size of like a hot dog cart with of house pieces. He makes a little Black Bull mech mini, charges up on him. They're all like racing at him to get in the way of the attack. Gordon uses his poison magic, makes like a big wave of poison, and then Gray transforms it, changes or with her magic convert from poison to mirror, and pretty much stops in this place. Obviously, we know that the light beams coming from the mirror can be stopped by mirror magic, so the damage is, even if it's more powerful than what they can output, just the mirror counter to it, which I actually really like Black Clover's power type advantages, disadvantages, and counterings. I think they're pretty well balanced. Just the way that they're already set up, the rules that they have in place, which will be pretty nice. And what I didn't expect actually out of this chapter, which I'll kind of end this on, is it's more of that last panel with Henry being really focused for some reason. Like I didn't expect Henry to get the last bit of just like he's so determined to save Gotcha. I'm hoping Henry makes it out of this alive. I mean, Henry's probably the most susceptible if of Black Bulls if Tabata wanted to kill one off. Just the fact that he's got a weak body, he's only got so much magic, and that he's new to the audience, but already he's got a good amount of character to him. I don't think it'd be a devastating death if it happens, but I think people would definitely care, and it probably makes him sad. I'd be sad. I like Henry. He's probably near the bottom though for my Black Bulls list, but I still like him. I still think he's a cool character. I enjoy the Black Bulls, and it will make me sad if Henry dies. But anyway, good chapters. Both really fast paced, both really nicely toned. I liked them a lot. I actually really like that whole bit where he Asta jumps in with Black Hurricane, but like a much smaller one, so he just doesn't instantly run out. And I actually really like that he's holding the form longer at this point than it was when he first got it. Like when he first was able to use it free will in royal the Royal Magic Knight tournament, he could pretty much drop it. He's got one attack, and then it was over. Now it looks like he can hold it for a handful of seconds before it fades off, which is cool. I like the progress you see with him. But anyway, that's mostly it for this chapter. I'm getting too long, but this is a double chapter read. So anyway, tell me what you think in the comments below. If you enjoy the chapters, you like where this is going, we're nearing the end of this arc. I'm wondering how this is going to go. I think after this is going to be a time skip. And as I've been saying, I still don't think they're going to make it out of this arc with a win. I see it more as like the most acceptable loss. But anyway, tell me in the comments what you think about it. Like and subscribe. And if you enjoy the video, like. If you enjoy this kind of content, subscribe. Check out my other videos. And if you are already subscribed, I appreciate it very much. Thank you. But otherwise, thank you very much for listening. Bye.